If you are anything like me, you absolutely love Counter-Strike. I'm going to teach you today how you can take your love and passion for this game and turn it into a career that you can use to keep yourself inside of Counter-Strike for the rest of your life. If you're anything like me, you may not know anything about the competitive scene, the professional players, teams, pools, whatever there is out there. You may be lost and confused about it. But by the end of this video, you're going to have an understanding on what you need to do in order to jumpstart your career and go from enjoying playing Counter-Strike and playing it for fun to doing tangible steps that are going to lead you down a path to succeed and become a team player and eventually maybe play on a professional team one day. So it all starts with this video. It all starts with some simple steps. I wish somebody would have sat down and explained this to me so I didn't have to waste thousands of hours playing matchmaking, being a bad player, and I could have learned what I need to be doing in order to start developing my skills as a player and as a person so that I could get into the competitive scene. So let's talk about it. The first thing you guys need to make sure you are doing is playing Faceit, right? I know a lot of you want to grind Premier right now in Counter-Strike 2. A lot of you want to grind matchmaking, but trust me, when I say this, matchmaking is not going to lead you anywhere. It's not going to lead you anywhere. It's cool for, your friends at school, wherever you're at. It's great to be like, I'm global elite, I'm this rating in Premier. It doesn't matter though, guys. Trust me. I grinded matchmaking for so long because that's the only thing I knew. I didn't know there was anything else outside of matchmaking. What you need to start doing, the very first step, once you're, established the basic skills that you can find on my channel, how to play this game and get better at it, right? Once you are a half decent player, whereas in you can shoot, you can aim, basic callouts and stuff, start playing Faceit. Faceit is going to be where you can play more competitively and start connecting with other players who have competitive ambitions that share your same focus and drive for this game, right? So playing matchmaking is going to be a waste of time if you're grinding it. There's no reason to, guys. You will always be able to go back to it, to play it for fun, to do whatever. But you're going to be wasting your time, to be honest with you, if you're just grinding matchmaking. I know a lot of you watching this video are not going to like to hear that. That's fine. You'll realize one day. It's cool. I get it. But if you want to be a competitive player, start playing Faceit so that you can make those connections. And, it's just that's the first step, guys, is putting yourself in the right environment. Because when I first started, I had no clue Faceit even existed. I didn't know Faceit was a thing. I didn't know anything about it, right? So start playing on Faceit, check out the website, start getting familiar with it, play some matches. You're gonna lose, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed because you're new to it, you don't know what's going on, but it's gonna teach you how to do map vetoes. It's gonna teach you how to play with players who are extremely competitive. It's going to teach you how to do map bans and other stuff, knife round, things you're going to need for your team skills, right? So once you're on there, start connecting with players and adding them as your friends. And eventually, guys, what your goal is to try to play on a team, right? So Faceit now has a league system that you can play on, but it's easier said than done, right? Like, how do we get on a team? I played thousands of hours of Faceit and at the time ESEA pugs, and I had no clue what they were, right? Like, I had no clue how to get on a team or what even the league system was. The difference is pugs, guys, is pick up games, right? Pugs are just you're queuing, you're playing. It's like matchmaking, right? Just matchmaking, but better. So league is where you're actually on a team and you're competing in a division for prize money and to rise up the ladder so that you can be on your professional circuit, right? So when you're in open playing in the lowest divisions with a team that anyone can make, right? You are part of the professional circuit because you have an opportunity to keep grinding and ranking up to the next division and the next division, next division. So it starts somewhere, guys. Honestly, if you play 5 seasons of open and you're a bad player, who cares? You're going to learn, man. You're going to learn how to play team Counter-Strike and you're going to get beat. But what you need to do is put yourself in that environment. Stop playing matchmaking and get over and start playing in a team environment with you could be your friends from school. Just get a team that will start being in that division so you're forced to play actual teams, right? Your first team is going to be bad. It really is. Your second team might be bad. Your third team might be bad. But eventually, hopefully, you're going to start understanding more and more concepts. You're going to start demo reviewing the other team. And what I mean by demo reviewing is after you play a match against a team, you sit down and watch the demo back and see what they are doing right, what you're doing wrong, maybe what you're doing right, and how you can exploit it even further. And essentially, that's going to be your key to break into the scene. And then from there, it becomes grinding and making sure that you're fixing your individual mistakes and you're increasing your value as an individual player so that a team will take a risk on you and pick you up, right? At the end of the day, your first teams are going to be very bad. They're not going to matter as much. You're going to be bad, to be honest. You're not going to be the player that you can be, right? But you got to start somewhere. But those first teams are going to give you the opportunity to see what the competitive scene is like. So many people, it's so funny to me. Yeah, playing Counter-Strike can be easy once you grind matchmaking and stuff, but you can be a global elite. But if you try to play open and play against teams and you're playing against Team CS, you could be the worst player in the lobby. And it's so funny to me when I see comments on HLTV, which is a platform where you can watch all the professional matches, or I see comments on my YouTube, or I see comments on other places where people think they're so good. And they can just hate on other people in Team CS, and they're like, bro, these guys are so bad. I could do so much better than them. No, you can't, man. Like go play Team CS and see how hard it is. Team Counter-Strike and individual Counter-Strike are the farthest things apart. And once you start realizing how to play Team Counter-Strike, that's how you can make a career out of it. That's how you can start traveling for this game. That's how you can start getting paid for this game. That's how you can start having all of these wonderful opportunities for yourself and grow into the player and person that you can, you desire, that you dream of, right? So it all starts with transitioning from just being a matchmaking player to understanding the ladder and how far down you are on it and what you're going to do to keep climbing up that ladder every single day. Always improve, right? Always improve. So while you're playing Team CS, you're still pugging, you're still practicing, you're still doing these things. But guys, let me tell you right now, stop just mindlessly playing games. Start watching demos of pro games, of, lower tier pro games, because it's going to be similar to the games you're going to play. Start watching better players than you play. Start asking better players for advice on how to get better. Start using the connections you have and try to get lucky, right? Try to get lucky. Try to get a team to pick you up. Try to get a player to start playing with you. Try to get someone to review your demo. Try to get all these things that are going to progress you further and teach you more and more. Try to get that to happen in your life, because it's all about chance. It's all about luck, but you can create these opportunities by working hard and putting in that time, right? Like before you're playing a pug or your team matches, especially, are you warming up? Are you, making sure that you're sitting there for an hour practicing aimbots, doing these things? Because the players you're playing against probably will be, right? It's important to them. They're going to try their hardest, right? So at the end of the day, just always do stuff to progress yourself further and stop playing this game just to play it, right? If you want to play for fun, totally, don't get me wrong, that's great. I love that. I absolutely love that. But for those of you that have that competitive drive, seriously, do everything you can to be better, right? There's so many tools out there. There's so many people teaching you. There's so many YouTube channels. There's so many pro players that are giving advice and showing you what's done, right? So never, ever stop growing. Never, ever stop learning. Never, ever stop improving yourself, right? Always be practicing. Always be in that DM server. Don't stop till you have 1,000 kills at the end of the night. Don't stop till, whatever goal you have, do it. Don't let any excuses happen, because you're going to get passed up and someone else is going to take your place. And that's fine with me, right? Whoever works hardest is going to get it. So let's keep working hard. This is how you go from being a matchmaking player to a competitive player in the professional scene. So I hope this gave a little bit of insight. I hope it was able to be understood, and I appreciate all of you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer them, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.